Tonight, this is one of the first people I talked to about being a speaker at Monday Night Live, so I'm so excited. It's finally tonight. This is Julia Stege. Julia is the founder of Girlz Creative Marketing Solutions. She specializes in branding, product, and website design. Her clients include Julia Butterfly Hill, Birkenstocks, and Andronico's Market, and she is the branding force behind Cafe Gratitude's Abounding River board game and logbook. So all of these board games on all of your tables, she's the one that did that. Julia is also a strategic attraction coach, and with that training, she's been able to imbue her designs with the power of the law of attraction. And her topic tonight is attracting what you want using the strategic attraction plan. So please help me welcome Julia Stege.
Thank you. Well, I actually had no clue I was going to attract this many people. So I guess I should have guessed that. But I have some handouts. Maybe you have to share, but if you have a little notebook that you can write in, you don't need the handout as much, but I'll pass those around. So thank you guys all for coming out. I'm really happy to be here. A little bit about my background, just a little caveat, because how did I attract to be the branding artist for Cafe Gratitude before it was even conceptualized? But I'll just, sort of long story short, I met Matthew and Tercy at Landmark Education. How many people here have done Landmark Forum? Just a couple. And I remember looking at Matthew and saying, I want to work with that guy. He was in my leadership training course. And that was all I really did, was set this intention that I would work with him. And eventually he just came to me and asked me, how would you create a game and a new brand? So that was sort of like magic, except for that there was all this stuff going on in the background, what I was doing to be in alignment with what I really wanted. And so the attraction plan is a process that you can use to attract anything that you want. And underneath that is the understanding that everything that you want is available to you through the relationships that you attract. So if you think about it, whether it is that you want a successful business, let's say, and I teach a lot of people attraction plan to use it in business. Say you want a successful business, well, then you would want to attract people to be your customers who are your perfect customers, people that will refer you a lot of business perhaps, who have a lot of resources to offer you, including paying you what you're worth, and they'll tell other people about you and bring them to you. You also would want perfect vendors, people to provide for you whatever you need. Like Cafe Gratitude has a lot of vendors, food vendors, different kinds of items. They would want to have the most perfect vendors. Or employees. You would want, if you have employees, you would want your perfect employees to be attracted. Oh yeah, it's hard to hear me back there. So if you were, so in a business, there's employees, there's customers, there's business partners, there's all sorts of relationships like that. Well, let's say if it's not about business, say you want a perfect family life, for instance, then you would want to attract a great mate, or you would want to attract wonderful children, or great in-laws. And it's in fact possible to do that. Sometimes you may just want to attract great friendships. You have everything, but it's friends that you want. Or maybe you want things. So you got to think about what kind of thing do you want. Is it that you want, you've been looking for the house of your dreams, but you can't find it? Well, then you would want to attract the right real estate person, or the resources to buy the house, which might come through your business, which would come through your customers. So you start getting the picture that whatever it is that you want, you're going to want to make sure you attract the exact right people. Have anyone here seen that movie, The Secret? So a lot of you have seen The Secret. The Secret's based on this general principle, but one of the things they did was they edited out a key factor, which is how attraction works is through vibration. So remember back in the 60s, those of you who remember the 60s, they used to say, you know, oh, good vibe, that you have a good vibe, you have a bad vibe, or that place gave me bad vibes. Well, they had something in there. There was something to that everything in the world happens based on vibration, and everything is vibrating. So simply put, whatever we're attracting to us is based on what we're willing to receive, what is a very similar vibration to us. Have you ever noticed that if you're in a crabby mood and you feel like complaining, that there are a lot of people that will suddenly be in your whole world that are crabby and complaining with you? And that if you want a whole life like that, you'll just keep attracting more people to complain, etc. That's a vibration thing. Or if you're really angry and you attract other angry people to fight with you or something like that, it works like that. Well, it works the opposite way too, is when you're feeling great and feeling happy and up, you attract happy up people, happy up experiences. So this plan that I've passed around, and I don't know if everyone got to see it, but if you didn't get to see it, you can write down the questions that I'm going to have you write down. And then you can also write this in a journal if you want, or well, they don't have paper napkins here. But if you had a paper napkin or something like that, it doesn't really matter what you're writing on. But there's questions I'm going to have you answer. And if you answer these questions from the heart and really tap into what you would really, really want, the bottom line is what's perfect for you, then you will start noticing that as you're writing this, first of all, you're raising your vibration to match what you want. And you're also clarifying what you want so that you can notice it when it comes. I mean, there's a practical aspect to all of this too. You know how when you, say if you bought a white little Honda hybrid and you thought you were the only one that had one, but then all of a sudden everyone in the world seems to have them? It's that kind of philosophy of whatever you focus on, you'll notice it more, and then you'll attract more of it. Also, they say whatever you focus on expands. So focus on what you want more often than what you don't want, and more of what you want will come into the picture. So I learned about this attraction plan that's on here. I'm a strategic attraction coach. I have been for about 3 years, but I found this in a book called Attracting Perfect Customers, which is still available on Amazon.com. And that book, Attracting Perfect Customers, outlines these 4 questions. And the person, one of my mentors, Jan Stringer, wrote that book. She brought this plan into a lot of corporations and took what used to be, I guess, this sort of a cult type of thing, you know, a metaphysical philosophy, and she brought it into the world of business in a way that was producing really great results. And so that helped me to start bringing it to my clients who, you know, I was working with the law of attraction. I just wasn't telling everyone that I was working with it. It wasn't popular back then when I started using it. So but I found that even the greatest design, the greatest marketing campaign can't attract the right customers if the business owner isn't aligned with their own success. And so I started teaching people this plan as I'm doing their marketing so that they're focused on their greatest success. So the first question, and I put it here on this handout, but if you didn't get one, you can write this